The Contemporary Postmodern Movement by Danielle Galvin, Period 1. Let's start by looking at the political issues of postmodernism, since they are what started the movement. Most believe that postmodernism began after the end of World War II due to its catastrophic depictions of human behavior towards others, such as the Holocaust and the dropping of nuclear bombs. This continued during the Cold War against communism, which led people to fear for their security of their lives and to question their freedom. The Vietnam War also had a large impact on this movement, especially because of the resistance that it brought with it. Finally, government scandals and conspiracy theories during this time, such as JFK's assassination or the Pentagon Papers, led to an overall distrust in the government that caused people to question everything. The major economic system that began during this time period and has continued until today is capitalism. This led to the market being controlled more by private owners and large corporations. It also led to a change in society known as consumer culture, which is focused on selling consumer goods and spending consumer money. It includes the idea that the more products people buy, the happier they are, causing a fascination with materialism and overindulgence. This adds to the postmodern idea that people and the reality of this time period are fake or unauthentic. The postmodern age saw large changes to society. More and more people began to ask questions about the world and the government, which led to an era of protests. During this time, people took a stand for the issues they strongly believed in. This included the civil rights movement, the student movement, the anti-Vietnam War movement, the women's movement, the gay rights movement, and the environmental movement. The term technoculture surfaced due to the rise of technology during this time period. People became more reliant on technology than ever before. The mass media also grew with technology since there were now other ways to spread news. This leads to a culture of paranoia, which I will discuss next. As I mentioned previously, the new rise of technology and government scandals led to a feeling of paranoia throughout society. Many were worried what the implications of more and more technology meant, such as the Big Brother effect, or simply that technology would take over all forms of life. The various wars and government scandals that the United States was involved in also made people suspicious of the government and what kind of secrets they were hiding from the general public. The idea of hyperreality was also a large part of the postmodernist movement. It is an effect of both technology and the new wave of consumerism that theoreticized that everything we see is just a facade and we are no longer living in reality. This idea also meant that everything has already been written or done before, so there was no longer original or authentic thought. Since postmodernism was all about breaking previous boundaries and thinking outside the box, this also meant a rejection of tradition. During this time, religion stopped being a huge part of society as it once was. There was even the introduction of atheism in the 60s, which was the exact opposite of religion as people knew it. Since it was less a part of society with people focused on social and political issues, it also became less of a theme in literature. Now let's look at two of the most influential postmodern novels. The first is Slaughterhouse-Five by Kurt Vonnegut. The book tells the story of lead character Billy Pilgrim's time in World War II. Vonnegut was influenced by his time as a soldier in World War II, shown in the post-war feelings and anti-war sentiment. This piece is an example of postmodernism because of its mix of the science fiction and historical genres and the stylistic elements it includes. Vonnegut uses metafiction and a non-linear timeline, two popular postmodern techniques, to blur the reader's idea of reality. The piece pushed literary boundaries and was even censored and banned throughout the United States. Overall, Kurt Vonnegut wrote this piece in hopes that his audience will not give in to common perceptions and to question reality, the government, and even human civilization. The second piece is Catch-22, written by Joseph Heller in 1961. This piece is also set in World War II and follows a squadron in the war. Like Vonnegut, Joseph Heller served in World War II and was influenced by his experiences. He also noted that the anti-war and anti-government themes came from his thoughts on the Korean War and the Cold War. Catch-22 is a classic example of postmodern literature because it attempts to confuse the reader and also discusses several issues of this period. Heller uses a non-chronological order and employs the use of paradox and illogical thinking to make his readers question what is real. He also discusses issues such as capitalism and greed, which, as I mentioned, were crucial issues of the postmodern movement. Both Catch-22 and Slaughterhouse-Five serve as quintessential models of postmodern literature and prove why this time period will be influential for generations.